What's up everyone, and welcome to Video Game Book Club, and it's finally here. The time that I have been waiting for who knows how long this has been announced. Mario Tennis Aces has been out for a few weeks now, and I've played through it, and I've been playing it for a while, and now it's time to get into the review for it. So without any further hesitation, let's get into it. After months of hearing me talk and watching me drool over Mario Tennis Aces, the time has come for me to finally play the one game I have been looking forward to the most since Mario Odyssey. At this point, you're probably sick of hearing me promote our History of Mario Tennis video, but going off of that, Aces is now the 8th installment in the Mario Tennis series, and I'm not counting the Wii version because, honestly, why should I? Since the Switch bridges the gap between the home console and the handheld, it only makes sense that Mario Tennis Aces would bridge that same gap. Mixing together some light RPG ideals from the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance titles with the series' home console versions from the N64 to the Wii U. Ultra Smash was polished, and the actual tennis was good enough, but it did lack anything more to keep players interested. Aces adds in bits and pieces that are likely to keep players around longer, but still has some quirks that Nintendo may need to work through if they have any interest in keeping those people around once their online service becomes pay to play. With that said, let's take a look at the good parts of Mario Tennis, and there are quite a few good parts. Mario Tennis Aces looks great. There is no denying that Nintendo knows how to squeeze every last drop of visual polish out of their titles using their system's power to the fullest. Backed by Camelot, who we know has had success with previous Mario sports titles, I never doubted that Aces would look and play incredibly well. Zone shots are very similar to Ultra Smashes, although there is one big difference in that you can aim where you're going to hit your smash with pinpoint accuracy. Each character also has a special move that are unique to them. In order to perform a special move shot, your energy meter needs to be filled all the way, while a zone shot only requires 1/3 of your energy to be filled. Speaking of energy, you fill your energy meter by hitting a nice serve, charging up a shot, or performing a trick shot to get those hard to reach balls. You also have the ability to slow down time while consuming energy. This ability comes in handy if you are trying to defend against opponent's special shot or a zone shot. However, too many missed block attempts can lead to a broken racket, and if you break all of your rackets, it's game over for you, or your opponent, whoever's rackets are all broken. The music that accompanies Aces fits in just as well as it always has. Masaki Uno, who has done work on previous Mario sports titles, gets it right again on the Switch. While the music is nothing I'm going to hum walking down the sidewalk, it is part of what makes the mood in Aces. Sound and visual design give Aces an overall distinguished feeling. Pair that with excellent movement and control of your character, and you have a tennis title worthy of the Mario name. However, it takes more than that to maintain my interest in a game these days. Enter Adventure Mode. Nintendo and Camelot took a look back at their Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance titles and pulled some RPG story elements into this latest iteration. On the surface, this is a great addition, as the story in Aces is a fairly decent one, roping in Wario and Waluigi like previous entries' intro cutscenes have, but making them a more prominent fixture in the story and plotline. We also get to witness a greedy Luigi who can't pass up one shot at being better than his brother, and he throws the entire world into near chaos. Within Adventure Mode, you get to guide Mario through some basic training, occasional matches, and some random challenges before getting to fight a boss at each of the main areas. You battle these baddies in a different manner than your typical tennis match, and should you prevail, you obtain a Power Stone. There are 5 Power Stones in total, and of course you need all 5 in order to shut down the ancient evil tennis power that has taken over Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi. Throughout your journey, you'll level up Mario with the occasional boost to either his shot speed, run speed, or agility. You don't get to choose where you allocate the points like you did in previous entries though. You will also obtain special rackets through playing the different challenges. With each racket you will see an increase in the attack, defense, and durability. Collecting these rackets is key when facing off against some bosses, as you will often need that added power boost. Not to mention, the more rackets you collect, the less likely you are to be KO'd by your opponent when he breaks all of your rackets. This is a Mario game, so of course you're going to have to face off against Bowser at some point. I mean, right? It can't possibly be left up to Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi to hold this entire story together, can it? Well, no it can't. After you defeat your brother and release him of the ancient terror, of course Bowser steps in and takes control of it. From here, I'll let you see that through on your own. It's much more fun that way. It is unfortunate, but there are some bad parts of Mario Tennis Aces, and we do need to talk about them. Let's start with the very first thing you'll notice. Playing your first match will be a cumbersome mess, full of loud sighs and angry expletives. Why? There is so much to learn right off the bat, that if you just want to jump into a versus mode with your significant other or group of friends, you are bound to be overwhelmed. Every single button, stick, and trigger is put to use. Zone shots are on the R trigger, special shots on the L trigger, trick shots with the right stick, then you have your slice, you have lob, drop shots, topspin, flat shots, charge shots. I mean, you get the idea. There is a tremendous amount to learn, and while the game does a decent enough job explaining it all during the course of the adventure mode, mastering everything will take time. So let's talk about match settings really quick. A regular tennis match, not counting the Grand Slam tournaments, is played out in the best of 2 of 3 sets. Each set is played to 6 games, with a 7-point tiebreaker being played should the game score reach 6-6. Otherwise, a set is won when someone reaches 6 first by 2. Mario Tennis Aces will not let you play this way. Barring online play, you are limited to quick play and extended play. Quick play being a tiebreaker and extended play consisting of 1 set with 2 games. Meaning that if you are incredibly good, you could win a match in only 8 points. Talk about a real fun time. I understand they want to make these quick, so the turnaround time between matches is short, but this limitation takes away some of the back and forth that comes naturally with a tennis match. I also understand that I may be completely insane for wanting to see actual tennis rules applied to a Mario Tennis game, but hey, that's my nature. In any case, there should be more than just 2 options for play length. Another thing that I would like to know is, where are the minigames? Mario Tennis has been known for its wacky and fun minigames throughout the years, and unfortunately, the few you run across during the adventure mode don't carry over into versus mode. And Big Ball mode and Swing mode does not count. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash also got reamed for not having any minigames, but I haven't seen anyone talking about it with Aces. Now, speaking of Swing mode, to me, personally, it kind of sucks. Maybe you're into it, and if you are, that's great. Let me know. And I'm glad it's there for you to enjoy, but to me, it feels clunky and hard to get used to. Standing right in front of the Switch and trying to hit a forehand gets me a weak backhand that barely makes it over the net. And again, maybe chalk this up to me trying to play Mario Tennis like it's real tennis, but I could not get used to this. Not to mention they limit challenge mode, which is the ability to challenge line calls like the pros, seen in this Rafa Nadal TV spot, to Swing mode. The mode I will spend the least amount of time in has the feature that I'm most interested in locked behind it. While I do enjoy the story that Adventure Mode told, I do have a few issues with how it plays out. Prior to release, I was overly excited Aces was adding in the RPG elements from previous entries in the series. However, upon playing it, it's clear to see they added the lightest elements of an RPG that they could. Unlike the Game Boy Color title where you earn points to alter your skills, in Aces you level up and slowly increase your shot speed, run speed, or agility. And sadly, you have no control over what increases. The game decides that for you, and it doesn't happen on every level either. While the minigame challenges are fun, they do get very repetitive. There are beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels for some of these, and they do an excellent job of teaching you how to use your different skills. More variety would have been nice, but what is there is good. Finally, I have some quality of life improvements that Nintendo can easily make if they ever feel the need. This is less of a knock against the game and more of a pet peeve or a nitpick. When you are in a challenge and you realize you are going to fail, which will happen, I wish they had included a restart option in the pause screen instead of just quits, because there's plenty of room for it. I mean, see, right here, I made it happen, so Nintendo can do it too. Something along these same lines would have been the inclusion of a retry option after failing a challenge, instead of kicking me out and making me watch the dialogue cutscene all over again and then forcing me to click back in. Just give me the option to quit or retry, right here. Simple as that. I know it may seem like I had a lot more negative to say about Aces than I did positive, but don't take that to mean that I don't like or enjoy this game. I truly do. It has depth that other games in the series haven't had, it has that Nintendo polish that we've all come to love, and it honestly does have some great tennis action in it. Playing a pickup game is fun and quick, and while I do dislike the lack of match length options, that doesn't detract from the fact that the actual game of tennis you do play is sharp and on point. Charge shots feel good, trick shots incite numerous fist pumps, and zone shots make you feel powerful, while slowing down time and successfully blocking an opponent's zone shot feels even better. Each character's unique special shot is something to behold, and the racket-shattering gimmick is actually quite satisfying. Most of my gripes with this game are simply nitpicking. I realize that, I do. And I know that my point of view is coming from someone who plays tennis, trying to play Mario Tennis like a topspin game or something. And that's not gonna work out. It's hard to do, but I did step back and look at this game as someone who doesn't know a lot about tennis and just wants a fun game to play with a group of people. And that's exactly what Mario Tennis Aces is. It's a good party game with an adventure mode thrown in there for something else to do when you aren't hosting parties. Mario Tennis Aces is fun, and genuinely one of the better entries in the long-running franchise. I'm going to keep playing it. As long as I originally thought I would though, probably not, and that's okay. That does not make it a bad game. Should you go out and spend $60 on it? I'm not here to tell you that. But if you are looking for a fun multiplayer experience with some depth almost on the level of a fighting game, Aces is more than likely going to be perfect for you. Now, Nintendo and Camelot, where's our next Mario Golf? We haven't had one since World Tour on the 3DS in 2014. I'm just saying. And that is pretty much Mario Tennis Aces all wrapped up in a nutshell. Now, it's not the best in the series, and it's not the worst in the series. It's the best that we've had in a very long time, but as far as the RPG element goes, Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance are still far superior. If you all are playing online, let me know below who you're playing as the most often, and maybe we can hit around some, but not if you're using Boo, because too many people use Boo, and I don't want to play against Boo anymore. But seriously, let me know below who you're playing with, and if you're playing, and if you like it, how you felt about the adventure mode, just all of your thoughts. If you're playing Mario Tennis Aces right now, let me know below, and I will talk to you all next time. Take care, everyone.